All right. I think we're just about to go live here on February 10th, 2021. We've got the Maple Leafs and the Canadiens, the two teams in the North Canadian Division, of course, vying for that first overall spot right here. Both of these teams are off to some pretty darn good starts. It looks like the Leafs have been pretty much playing up to expectations here. However, they'll be missing both Jumbo Joe Thornton and Wayne Simmons. It sucks to see him out, especially after he had a couple of really nice games recently as well. So anyway, this game will be underway probably in about 10, if not 15 minutes, and I will be streaming throughout the course of this whole game. If anybody's new here, my name is Nick. I do this every once in a while. Right now I'm doing live streams about once every, or maybe once or twice every week, along with putting out all sorts of content. So I invite you to stick around, join the Twist Brigade, hitting the red subscribe button down below, the notifications bell. Also in the description, I have links for donations you can do through Super Chat. I'm also on Twitter and on Instagram as well. So here we go, my friends, here we go. Hey, what's up? So we got Dominic, we've got Ryan, and Elijah. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining. Kind of a small night for hockey games. We've just got the Rangers and the Bruins other than this. Of course, a bunch of other games have been postponed for obviously COVID-related purposes. Nonetheless, though, it's pretty nice to have a midweek tilt between Montreal and Toronto, so I'm excited to watch this one. I hope you guys are excited to tune in as well, however you choose to do so. Alrighty. Nick, how are you? Hey, Keenan, I'm doing pretty darn good. How are you, bud? Crazy topsy-turvy season for the Jackets so far, yeah? We need to start winning regulation, absolutely. But I made a joke. I think Bob Bugner started Martin Jones the last game because he knew it was going to go to a shootout, and Joner has been nearly perfect so far in 4 different shootouts. Howdy, Riley. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so that was that game was once again just another interesting sort of roller coaster in that started out sizzling, it got kind of depressing, and then somehow we were able to pull it out in the end. Shootouts will be our only wins this year. Yeah, it pretty much seems like it. I can't believe we've already won 4 of them. Oh. Ale Yahoo. Welcome to the stream. Oh, you got Tavares and Nylander on your fantasy team. Okay, we'll be sure to pay extra close attention to 88 and to 91 in blue or in white. I can't remember who's hosting or who's the home team for this game. Somehow the pregame hasn't shown up yet. But you know who is going to show up is Cortana, because I've got all sorts of treats here for when we score goals, and just to introduce you to her. Here we go. Where's my little co-star? Come on over. Oh, there she is. Oh my goodness, what an entrance. Hey. Oh my goodness, kisses. Thank you. Hey. There we go. How do you get a mod? That is something that I will personally appoint to people if I think that's what we need to do going forward, but that's something that I'll take care of. All right, here we go. Here's a goodie for Cortana here. You made a rant on the Predators' loss last night. I could imagine so. That game was tied at one point, right? Hey, can you say hello to our viewers? Give us a high five. Oh, who gets the W tonight? I'm gonna go with here. High five. Whoop, whoop. There we go. I'll go with Montreal in this one. I think that they'll edge out Toronto in a, I don't know. Let's get a score prediction. Why not? But I'll say 4. I'll say Montreal wins this one convincingly. I don't really care who wins that much. I'll say 4-1 Habs. Leafs have been playing great, but they got kind of a wake-up call against Vancouver, so they might have some other stuff to sort out. French Montana says 4-1 tonight as well. You're having a bad week because Brady won the Super Bowl. Sunday's a corporate holiday about candy. Exactly. Cortana, hey, you gotta wait till the goals, kiddo. It was 2-1 Habs tonight. Okay, so a little lower scoring there. A new setup? Yeah, I mean, this is kind of... My setups are always kind of changing, but 5-3. Interesting. all sorts of scores. I was going to say, yeah, I decided to tweak the setup here for the living room, although I might eventually move it back to the studio where I record. Maybe bring a TV in there. Because, I mean, I could have a better backdrop overall. This is just my kitchen behind me, essentially. Ravens, welcome. So, here we go. Now they got the pregame on TV here, so it'll be a few more minutes until we actually get to puck drop. How's the new place? I love it, man. It's actually a house. I'm going from probably the most expensive place to live in the country to a much more affordable place, which is getting more expensive. But people say, why'd you move to Idaho? I say, because I'm renting a 3-bedroom house for less than the price of a studio apartment in Sharks territory. 7.5. Woo! That is a smoking shootout. Hey, what's up? Going for the Habs tonight? Well, I guess that's your team probably, Zaf. I got my Leafs jersey just in case I get... Some people are ticked off and want me to put a different one on. But I decided to wear this one. I don't think I've worn this during a stream yet. This one's cool. It's customized. It's got 10 on it, but no nameplate, oddly enough. It would be Guy Lafleur, obviously, but a viewer pointed out to me that Guy Lafleur was never actually the captain of the Habs, even though he's the franchise's all-time leading scorer. Do I own the house? I'm just renting it out. But again, it's even more affordable than the studio where I come from. All right, well, Elijah, I appreciate you tuning in. A live stream on the mobile version of NHL 21. You mean like the game? I didn't even know there was a mobile game, but I'm not planning on doing anything with NHL 21 necessarily. You love the hat? Thank you. Yeah, it's a sick hat. I like it a lot. I have a decent hat collection. At some point, I might even show those off. But it's not like Shannon's channel where he's got like a hat. He's got like 2 or 3 hats for every team. I mean, I like hats. Don't get me wrong, but now I'm just gonna, for the most part, just specialize in jersey collections. How much is a house like that cost a month? I don't know. I probably shouldn't share that all that much. I mean, you can probably look that up on like NerdWallet or something like that, or Zillow. But yeah, I didn't pay anything like super high or super low versus like the market average out here. That fan art was dope. What are you talking about, Keenan? Fan art, like somebody made fan art for my channel, or did I miss something earlier? I look nice in this jersey? Well, thank you. Yeah, this is a good-looking jersey. I mean, there's a reason why they haven't really changed it all that much. They just have a toilet seat collar on there now, which does not make me a happy camper. But anyway, probably about 5 minutes away from puck drop, just FYI, folks. Hey. Psst, psst. Give me a Cortana. You're our pregame entertainment. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thank you. All right, here you go. Oh, wait. Faked you out. So, yep. Unfortunately, we just got one other game to talk about tonight. I don't know if anybody's going to watch the Bruins and the Rangers. Talk about two teams kind of in different directions. I swear, man, I'm kicking myself for counting the Bruins out of the playoffs this year. That was pretty dumb. Is this an authentic? Oh, no, it's just a replica. Just a replica, so, I went on eBay. I think this was only like $25. So I figured, why not? Everybody's got to have any jersey collector has to have a classic Canadiens. Enough of the toilet seat joke. A little salt in the wound there. That's okay, though. You guys aren't the only team that does it, because my Sharks did that for their heritage jersey, number 1. And number 2, the Dallas Stars, they're another team that has a toilet seat collar. By the way, something else that is surprising me recently, I haven't been watching much of the highlights or anything like that, but how are the Blackhawks 6-4-4 now? Must be this Lankinen guy getting the job done. It's good to see because, goaltending was a big gaping hole for them going into this season, it looked like. How is it the Sharks can only win in shootouts? Well, when you have a power play that's basically won for their last 29 or 31, I think, and you have never held a multi-goal lead, that is how your victories are going to come in shootouts. Would you retire Mikko Koivu's number 9? Ooh. Yeah, you could just retire that number for both of them, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, I would think that they would find some way to honor him. I mean, considering he played basically his whole NHL career in Minnesota there. And not to mention, I mean, he was like the franchise's first, he's like the first like real franchise player throughout the years from Minnesota as well. Psst, drop it. Bruins are going to make the playoffs 100%. Yeah, it already looks like it, man. Once again, Yoel Armia, he's coming back into the lineup for Montreal. That's good. It's one of my favorite kind of lesser talked about players out there. I might have misread it. Oh, what? Oh, you mean, Keenan, you're talking about the logo I posted? I think I posted that yesterday. Oh, dude, I made that. But yeah, I liked how it turned out too. Yeah, so I'm actually, guys, I'm getting ready to, like I said, I mentioned this in a recent video, probably toward the end of this month, even though technically it might be live now, but I want to kind of work out some of the finer details. Merchandise, guys. Channel merchandise is coming soon. I'm excited to get that underway. And I'll be probably ordering a bunch of merch for myself and like doing an unboxing of that, using that as a sell opportunity. Knights are 8-1-1. How many games have you guys played against Colorado? But yeah, I'm both excited to face you guys on Saturday, and I'm terrified to face you guys on Saturday. Yeah. Hopefully Theodore doesn't have to stay out for very long, if anything. It's kind of like an old school SmackDown logo. I never would have thought that I would get my skinny little logo would get that sort of comparison, but hey, if it's entertaining, that's all that matters, man. All right, so now we're in the middle of the anthem here. Out of respect. You guys got any thoughts on Romanov? How has he looked so far? It's the Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is the new Boston for sports, man. Then again, it's also kind of a combination of them and sort of Los Angeles, considering the Dodgers and the Lakers. Although the Kings aren't good. And, well, you got the Rams. The Rams are pretty good right now, too. So, LA's back in the mix in the for like the best sports town for championships and competitiveness. Nosek had COVID. Yeah, that sucks, man. Columbus has to play Chicago tomorrow. Yeah, that's kind of interesting, right? Because Columbus isn't exactly where people thought they would be this season, and you can say the same thing about Chicago, but they're trending in different directions, of course. All right, so looks like we're just about ready to drop the puck here. Freddie Anderson on the season, 8-2-1, 2.64 goals against, 904 save percentage. So if that tells you anything, it's that the Leafs are not starved for offense whatsoever. Price, on the other hand, 4-1-2 with a 2.81 goals against and an 899 save percentage. Not the numbers I was expecting from him, although that's only after 7 starts. So that tells you one thing, that Jake Allen's played really well so far. And they're cutting to Toffoli there, one of the best acquisitions in the offseason right there. And Tatar is out there, and we are underway here. from Montreal. This is only the second time these teams have met so far. I think they met on opening night, or yeah, I think they did. So that's crazy. They play each other 8 more times after this. So here we are, opening minute here, and we'll see if something's got to give here, because both of these teams have, again, they've been playing very well overall. When you look back at my predictions at the start of the season, I had Toronto winning the division, and I had Montreal in second. So I like my prediction so far. Early chance on for Hyman. Looks like that went off the side of the net right there. Oh, thanks, Spencer. You have the same one. Right on. Yeah, that's cool, man. I have this one, and I have one for Chicago as well. Would the Vikings get a better quarterback than Cousins? I don't think this year. Maybe next year, just because he has a couple more years remaining. For those in the chat who don't know, I'm a huge Minnesota Vikings fan, so I come across fans every now and then. We talk a little bit about our team, and here's a good scoring chance for a. Oh, did they score right there? Is that Josh Anderson again? Oh my goodness! Now, did that go 5-hole? He made that look so incredibly easy. How many goals is that for Anderson now? He's got like 9 or something like that, right? So Hyman had that chance earlier. He kind of fanned on it, hit the side of the net, and then turnover in the neutral zone here. And it looks like it was just Josh Anderson taking it all in himself. Wasn't contested enough at all. And I think he slid that one through the 5-hole of Anderson. And just with a 1 minute and 16 seconds through this game, Montreal already has a 1-0 lead. Hey guys, welcome. You're a Raiders fan. Now that makes sense. I've been to a Raiders playoff game many, many years ago. I remember that there were some fans of the opposing team sitting in front of me, and before the game even started, they had beer spilled on them, and somebody threw gum in a Jets fan's hair. Yeah, Raiders fans used to be pretty rowdy, let's just say. You would think the Leafs would win tonight? Well, it's we've only played for 2 minutes, so we'll see what happens. Nhl, howdy. The Knights debut their retros. I like them. I think I had them ranked like 5th in my overall rankings. In a sense, they're kind of. In a sense, yeah, they're kind of. I don't know how to. I don't want to say corny, but they are kind of corny looking. But I just like how they went with something completely different than their other 3 jerseys. So I certainly applaud that, and I like seeing that secondary mark as their main crest. It looks really good like that. So I do plan to get one. I'm not sure exactly when, but I do plan to get one. Yeah, Eagles fans. Yeah, the timeless debate: who has more hostile fans, the Eagles or the Raiders? I kind of see what you mean though. The Eagles can definitely be like that. Yeah, Montreal. They're doing. I praised them before this season started, but to see them already performing as they are, very excited. They can score really well. Defending, they're doing fairly well, and of course Jake Allen's doing well too. You want to go to a Raiders game? I don't know if it's going to be anything like the games in Oakland, or even the games in Los Angeles when they were playing there back in the day. Oh, Cortana, you need a goal treat. Why don't you come on up and get a treat? Come on over and get... Oh my God. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, here we go. And it looks like Montreal is not letting up after that first goal either. So let's turn it over to the goal camera, the goal treat camera. Wait, you just flubbed it. You flubbed it. You're like Brad Marchand missing on a shootout. All right. There we go. All right, face off in the Toronto zone here. And Montreal is cycling quite a bit. Hey, stop. Sharks can't win in regulation. Yeah, man, I should have a whole stream about that. That's crazy. 11 games through and only 1 win in regulation. I think they've blown a multi-goal lead now 5 times or something to that extent. There we go. Yeah, but somehow they're 5-5-1. But that sort of play is not going to keep them in the playoff conversation as we go through the season. Really nice chance in front for Toronto on sort of a breakaway there. Some good speed by the forward who generated a chance there. But that was actually a pretty routine save from Price, or at least it looked like it. Most rude fans in the NFL are... I never thought the Giants or the Jets had rude fans, though. I mean, I always say this. Everybody's got their share of like, jabroni fans, right? But everybody's got dinguses. But, yeah, some just make themselves a little more notorious than others. That shootout goal by Couture was a laser? Absolutely, man. I'm surprised he elevated it so quickly in just that short window. You cheer for the... Yeah, you're right, Keenan. I mean, we know that Ohio State is the football team in Ohio, right? Although, I mean, the Browns are pretty passionate, too. And actually, they had an amazing season for them. Hey, I'm going to have to take that toy away from you, aren't I? Goof. The Bills... Oh, no. I don't know about the Bills Mafia being like actually hostile to others, though. The Velarde attempt? Yeah. I mean, honestly... Oh, there we go. Okay, we can use that one. That one's cool. Look at this. We got a lobster. Check out this lobster. This is Louis the Lobster. Whoop. I was going to say, yeah, Jones did get lucky, but, I mean, his effort was completely there, too. And actually, a couple of defensemen stopped a couple of goals or pucks that were, like, basically on the goal line. Which is good. You need defensemen who are alert like that and put themselves on the line to make that sort of play. Early on here, just about 5 minutes gone by, the shots favor Montreal 4-1. Oh. Huh. Is my cloud bot not working? Maybe it'll work after a little bit. But yeah, so far, Toronto not getting too much in the way of zone time. Montreal's kind of tilting the ice in that sense here. Nikolai Knizhov got his first point last night. He did. I was surprised that was his first point. I thought that he probably already had at least another assist or two. And as I say before, I really appreciate just how he's able to get his shots through when he takes them. But yeah, he's making just intuitive decisions out there, logical decisions, for sure. So we're going to a commercial break. Of course, the lone goal so far scored by Josh Anderson. Great pickup. So like the Habs, you think about how they've just retooled their roster over the past couple of years, right? Brought in Toffoli. They brought in Josh Anderson for Domi, in a trade that's working out very well for them so far. They got Sherratt from the Jets, who I certainly do like. Weber has been healthier, of course. Got Jake Allen. So they actually have like a legitimate backup for Price, which helps a lot. They made some nice moves, absolutely. And then Suzuki is he's young in his career, but he's showing some good upside there. I guess it's taken longer for Kotkaniemi to actually really develop out there. But nonetheless, overall, some very solid moves for them. Of course, I don't know what their cap situation is looking like in the future. The Wild went from 3rd to 6th in the West. The Jets are in the middle of the pack. Yeah, but I don't know. What were you? Did you think that the Wild were going to be firmly in the top 4 there? Some people had the Wild in 4th, and I entertained that idea as well. I had them in 5th. And for the Jets, I mean, for them to even just be competitive in this Canadian division, when you see this competition that they're up against, and you compare kind of what they did in free agency in the offseason versus a couple other teams there like Toronto and Montreal, I think Winnipeg's actually doing pretty well for themselves. The Roos fans in the NHL, oh my goodness. I don't know, man. There should be like an experiment, right? It's like I should go to every NHL arena wearing the opposing team's colors and just really see how much crap I get, essentially. Speaking of getting shots through, Carlson needs to do that more often. Yeah, his shots on goal have been kind of few and far between. If the Stars win win the cup, you might be angry. Well, if you guys don't have to play them, maybe it won't be as bad. I don't really see that happening, though, honestly. Then again, Pavelski's having a hell of a year so far, apparently. Minnesota's finally better than the Blackhawks. I don't know, man. Chicago's actually doing pretty well right now. McDavid has 2 points per game, but the Oilers aren't in the playoffs. Oh, they're not right now? But do you look at winning percentage, right? Points per game. That's the real stat. But yeah, I think somebody mentioned yesterday that yesterday's win for the Oilers was the first in like over 3 seasons, I kid you not, in which the Oilers won a game when McDavid and Draisaitl didn't register a point. Isn't that unbelievable just how much they hinge on those two guys? What's up, Matt? Thank you for joining. Well, for the Knights to have to play Dallas, remember, Riley, the Stars would have to win their whole division in the postseason. And since Tampa and Carolina are in that division, frankly, I don't see that happening. Then again, Dallas made a run that we weren't expecting in the postseason last year. Just about 7 minutes gone by here. Toronto still with just one shot on goal. That last one, I don't know if Price got a piece of it on his pad. But, yeah, Montreal just doing a nice job of limiting any opportunities for like a second chance or anything like that. And Toronto looks to be a little bit out of sync here. It is early, though. The Connor and Leon show is in full effect, most definitely. The Jets have never beaten the Oilers in the playoffs. The last time they eliminated Edmonton was in 1979. Interesting. Well, I mean, how the Jets they were never like a top team, right, in the 80s and into the 90s so much, right? Of course, they could maybe change that now. I wouldn't mind seeing those two teams go against each other. Ooh, yeah, Dallas has been, they've been on a bit of a skid recently. Yeah, it's just like, I just don't see, in this NHL, it is not easy to win every game by the score of 2-1 or 2-0 or 1-0. Your Ovechkin jersey came. Oh, sweet. Right on. I'll have to take a look at that. Did you get like a patch on that one? Oh, don't worry. I'll take a look. It's after the stream. Yeah, I've got one jersey in the mail right now. Although I'm keeping those costs lean. Just did Made some more upgrades to the channel in a couple of different ways here. So lots of... Oh, my goodness, it's Eddie. What's up? Hello, Cortana. Oh, wait. You come up say hi? Oh, here's Cortana. She'll say hello to you. Hey, girl. You gonna wait for the fans? You gonna wave? There you go. Good girl. Good job. All right. Well, we need a couple more goals, Cortana, because that's the only way you can get treats. Yeah, that's right. You gotta wait for a little while, okay, though, girl? It has the hand-stitched numbers right on. That's what I like to hear. And of course, I certainly do recommend Cool Hockey for jersey customization, especially them, and Hockey Authentic as well is one that I like a lot. Carlson has a positive plus-minus in the past 5 games. Yeah, I think he's like a +3 or a +4, something like that. You know, I do like the way that Bugner has split up the pairings, though. You know, Vlasic was not working with Carlson, and I never liked the idea of him with Burns. No. So putting him with Šimik, I think, is really good. Someone who is just defensively very grounded, right? Hey, no. The Stars run in the playoffs gave you and the rest of Minnesota salt. Yeah, I know, right? Why can't Minnesota sports have nice things? They are like the most cursed region for sports right now, or the most cursed city, essentially. Hey, stop it. Okay, only during goals, okay? McDavid, all I gotta say, man, is that Crosby won a Stanley Cup, I think in, his 3rd year in the NHL? 4th year. He was in a Game 7 in his 3rd year. McDavid's got a long way to go before he's in that conversation. I know Sid had Malkin, but 97 has 29 out there. Ovi is better than Crosby right now. You might have a point. He's, I don't know, I saw this game where he had 2 goals and 2 assists, and just the effort, the energy was pretty damn amazing for someone of his age. What are you doing here Seabear? I guess Cortana is now the star of the live stream, aren't you, girl? Hi. Who's being a good girl? The Jets were awesome in the 70s. Oh, in the WHA? That's right. They had Bobby Hull. It's pretty dope. The Penguins team in 2009 was way better than the Oilers. I'd have to go back and remember who was on the roster besides Fleury and Letang, I guess. Jean Beliveau is the GOAT. I think pretty much... I mean, how many Hall of Famers do you think were on those Cup teams? Like 8, 9, right? Gretzky had a few as well, but, I mean, those Habs teams were just absurd. And, yeah, I mean, the Cups aren't everything, sure, but they certainly cement a legacy, to say the least. You know. Like, imagine where Joe Thornton would be in the conversation if he won a Stanley Cup. And you could say that about several other players, too. Like, maybe even Dale Haverchuk, right? Or Matt Sundin, even. Or the Sedin twins. Now, it looks like Toronto's going to be shorthanded here. There's a high sticking penalty. And, what's his name? Per Engvall is going to the box here. Just about halfway through the period. And in this time, though, the Maple Leafs only have 1 shot on goal. 7 for Montreal. And let's look at that play. Yeah, that's high sticking for sure. Pierre Engvall, there we go. Okay. And so the Habs are on a power play for a full 2 minutes here. And they got it in the Toronto zone. And they are doing a little patty cake. Oh, nice pass across seam. Going back to the point. Somebody shoot the puck. Well, not into somebody else. The Maple Leafs get a clear here. Probably get some shift in personnel. Vandal Industries, what's going on? Who's won the most Stanley Cups? And it was Jean Beliveau. Oh, I thought it was Henri Richard, but you guys would know. Montreal having a little bit of trouble getting into the Toronto zone here. Chipped it in deep, but Toronto reads that play very well. And they're fighting to get it clear here. And Marner shovels it out. And so far this kill has looked very good for the Leafs. No shots on goal yet for Montreal with a man advantage. And another clear for Montreal as their penalty killers can hang back for just a little bit. Montreal's home power play is clicking at a 15.8%. Toronto's road power play or road penalty kill is 77.8%. And even though that doesn't sound great, that's 14th in the NHL, so it's actually respectable. You probably are a little bit better on special teams when you're at home versus away. That's how you make an entrance. Entrance. Excuse me. Don't know what's going on there. Oh, Richard won 9. Okay. That's nothing to scoff at, though, man. I mean, like, when you think about it, guys, right? When somebody these days wins 3 Stanley Cups, like Crosby did, you know, are there any other players who, from, you know, beyond the late 90s and until now, who have won 3 Stanley Cups? I can't really think of anyone, right? Yzerman won 3, I think, right? Brodeur won 3. Yeah, these players these days just, you know, there's more parity in the NHL these days. That's what I'm trying to say. So, I think we're done seeing players winning, you know, 5 Stanley Cups or more. Will Ovechkin win any more Stanley Cups? I mean, how much more time does he have left, right? I mean, he's still in really good shape, which is good. But that's asking Washington to win, you know, a Stanley Cup in the next 5 years or something, right? I don't even know if, like, because Ovi's a free agent after this year. So is he going to sign a 5-year deal at his age? I don't know about that. I mean, I could see him maybe signing 4 would be kind of the cutoff, I think. I see him probably for 3 years and then probably just every year after that. So you got to think about sort of his shelf life with the Capitals first and foremost. You know, because he's still going to want to get paid a fair amount of money. Even when he dips in his goal production, he still wants to probably get paid, you know, $6 million or $5 or $6 million. I know Jumbo, you know, he would take a lot less to keep playing for the Sharks. I'm sure Ovi will get to that point as well. But you think about the cap situation as Washington continues to keep Ovi there. And, I mean, they're rightfully so. I mean, the guy's their captain, right? So you got to look at it from that sense of things, right? Backstrom is still a very good player, but he's no spring chicken. You know, John Carlson, he's about 30 right now, so he's got still plenty of good time ahead of him. So they would have to win, I think, in the next, like I said, if Ovi has a shelf life of 3 more years with Washington, I would think that that's the time period. And unless Samsonov you know, develops into, you know, the next Holtby or the next Ole the goalie, then I would probably say no. So I think it's unlikely, but Laviolette certainly, I think, gives them a fairly good chance. So I'll say probably about a 25-30% chance, in my opinion, that Ovi gets another cup. Ovechkin needs to come to San Jose. You know it, man. That would be so glorious. We'd have to dump one of our contracts, though. Vlasic, Carlson, Kane, somebody like that to get Ovechkin. You think that if the North Stars won against the Penguins that we would have had a different situation there? It's tough, man. But yeah, of course, winning a Stanley Cup is always going to put butts in the stands, that's for sure. Josh Anderson, yeah, I know, man. He made that goal look super easy. Either that or Freddie just wasn't set, and so he wasn't able to cover up that 5-hole. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna actually put this ball away. I love Cortana dearly, but this thing makes a lot of noise, so we gotta keep all the squeaky stuff out of here. 1 second. Give me about 25 seconds. Okay, we're gonna have to take this one away from that. All right. Oh, there we go. I guess I didn't need that much time. God. What, Cortana didn't play with you at daycare today? You goof. Gotta resituate. We're on a commercial break at the moment, though, guys. If anybody's curious, this is just a soda right here. This is what it's all about, man. I didn't even know this. They have now they have Canada Dry Zero, and it's good. I usually drink Diet Canada Dry, but in this case, I can like this a little bit more too. Ehlers could win the Rocket? Really? I didn't even know he was in that conversation. But of course, when Laine's no longer a Jet, then somebody else has to step up. And gotta know what your thoughts are, Josiah, on the Dubois debut. A review video for the second Sharks versus Duck game got over 250 views. That's great, dude. That's very good. Who knows, man? Maybe somebody like saw my rant or something and went over to you. Actually, you got a lot more views than I did, so fist bumps to you, dude. That's great. To be fair, anytime somebody says to be fair now, it has to be to be fair. If you know what I'm talking about. Toffoli could win it? Yeah. If he averages like 2 goals a game against the Canucks, why not? And the Timberwolves didn't suck. I didn't even know the T-Wolves were around as early as 1991. It's all about that old logo. Their original logo was so great. It's like I would play with that in NBA Jam with the Sonics, of course. He had a decent game. Yeah, and you're right, Josiah. It's not often that somebody has a strong debut when they've been dealt in the offseason, or if they do, it becomes really hard to actually sustain that. But yeah, I want to see you guys keep clicking out there. That's for sure. Because I like when a team like Winnipeg is kind of not left for dead necessarily, but people are talking about all the moves that Calgary made in the offseason. Vancouver had nice playoffs. But again, I mean, the Jets, I think that they got kind of duped last season just with those injuries that came in that first round against Calgary. Okay, they started in 89-90. Okay, good to know. T-Wolves colors are sick. I don't even know what they look like now, but yeah, the good old T-Wolves back in the day, man. Kevin Garnett, Stephon Marbury. I think Isaiah Ryder played for them a little bit too. Which teams have the best home jerseys and have the worst road jerseys? Best home jerseys are the Minnesota Wild. I mean, I'm a huge fan of just like the original 6 teams, absolutely. But just because the Wild's jerseys are a little newer, they're green, they use the off-white, they've got the great logo. I'll go with the Wild. And the worst road jerseys have to be the Predators. Those are just, ugh. I like the numbers on those, but otherwise, no thank you. I mean, I can give you more teams and whatnot, but yeah. Up there with the best home jerseys. I mean, Montreal would be up there. I don't like the collar, but everything else is pretty good. Toronto, Chicago, sure. The Rangers, yeah. So like the '06, like those '06 teams especially. Oh, the Penguins are dead last. Really? That's interesting. I like the Penguins home and away. I like those. I don't like their alternate though. I like the way that they used to wear yellow. Or if you look at their 2017 Stadium Series, I like that one. Yeah. Yeah, it's still 1-0. Oh, guys, I got to get my scoreboard. What am I doing? Oh, I'm so far behind. Che cosa sto facendo, Nicola? Oh. Here we go. We'll get that scoreboard. You got your reverse retro. Nice. I forgot, man. Did you get a blank or did you get a player jersey? All right, here we go. Penguins are dead last. I'm actually that's a good selling point. That makes me want to go check out your video. All right, so we got the Habs. Oh God, I wrote that so poorly. Let me do that again. Let's see. MTL and Toronto with the goose egg. There we go. Scoreboard. Yep. Of course, the lighting's a little, got the exposure's a little high on here with this new webcam. I wish I could tweak my webcam settings, but I really can't do that with this. You got it with Cooch. Very nice. Very nice. So you got the C on it. The Sharks separating from Fanatics. Yeah. I think that only 3 other teams actually have Fanatics run their store. So the Sharks aren't doing anything like super revolutionary or anything like that. But I've talked on this before, and I'm glad. I'm glad that they're doing it. I would like to see. What I really would love to see the Sharks do is maybe partner with some smaller businesses who make more like specialty products. So like bench clearers, for example, or if there's somebody that like knits blankets, like NHL blankets or something like that. I would like to see, more partnership with smaller vendors, frankly. And especially with the Sharks, their fan base, I'm sure that a lot of them would pay for, better quality materials. Think about Tampa Bay dominating the sports world, each of their teams. You mean Tampa Bay? That's pretty amazing. I commented a few minutes ago. I said, kind of reminds me of they're kind of like the next Boston in that sense. I don't really know too much about, the Rays, but the window obviously for the Bucks is now, as long as Brady is your quarterback, even if he's, geriatric by NFL terms, right? So I think about that. And the Lightning, of course, their best players are still in terrific shape and whatnot. Sorry, got to take a call here, or I gotta see if there's something important going on. Where's my phone? Oh shoot, I gotta get this, guys. I gotta make sure that there's nothing important to answer. This is Nick. Hi there. How's it going? Oh, fantastic. That's excellent news. Okay, I appreciate you letting me know. All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right, guys. That was just the vet right there. I had Cortana tested for heartworm. Just a routine test right there. Everything checked out, negative. So Cortana is super healthy, aren't you, you good girl? Even though you have gained a little bit of weight, you're a little bit of a chunk right now, Cortana. She's got her winter weight on right now. Who the Rays lost to, right? Yeah, I do. That's okay. It's all right. You got yours. You bought yours, You got a return on your investment. Lucas, welcome. Luca Piluso. How has the weather been? It's definitely chilly right now. and it's gonna get pretty crazy for us. You know, for you Canadians out there, you're like, yeah, we're gonna get down to close to 0 actually, zero Fahrenheit. So it's actually pretty chilly for North Idaho. You know, but I think we have systems like this once or twice a year, where the overnight low is around 0, and apparently we're supposed to get some light winds, but that could add to, you know, maybe a wind chill of about -5 or something like that. Wanted to say the team's name, Duck the Fodgers. Cortana is healthy hype. Nice. It's been -40 where you live. Dang. What is that for, like, Fahrenheit? That's like, what is that, like -18? No, it's got to be more than that. It's got to be like -28 or something like that. I don't know. Oops. All right. That's super cold, though. -40. I don't care if it's Celsius or Fahrenheit. I think we actually headed into the dressing room right there. I meant to put this back on. Whoop. There we go. See what's going on with the Rangers and the Bruins right now, guys. Because that's the only game that's happening right now. So it might be a little bit challenging for me to be your intermission entertainer, but I will try it nonetheless. It's the same in Fahrenheit? Oh my goodness. That is frigid, man. That really, I've never been in that kind of weather. The coldest I've ever been in Fahrenheit is -10. NHL scores. Let's see what's happening around the league here. Leafs suck. Oh, of course. You're gonna chime in with that. They beat the Vancouver 3 times. Hey, come on now. Some people thought Vancouver could win the division. Yeah, Toronto just did not have much in the way of shots on goal. When will I stream for a Sharks game? Not sure, honestly. At some point, yeah. But I just don't know exactly when. Because, you know, I want to do, like, recaps, or sometimes the games are on super late. So, I'm just not entirely sure when that's going to be. Not to say that I won't, though. It's -40. Dang. Throwing up a mug of boiling water, and then it just, like, evaporates, right? It's basically snow dust at that point, yeah? Okay, so let's look at this. Bruins and Rangers are tied at 1 apiece. And can I get some goals here? Can I get some stats there, Ferda? Yeah, it's going to be interesting when if it gets down into, like, it's going to be at least single digits, you know, when I wake up. It might be single digits when I wake up tomorrow morning. I think so. The Canucks have just, like, totally dropped off. I thought they were going to have a little bit of a setback this year. I didn't think it would be this bad, though. Their goaltending just hasn't done a damn thing. But then again, I think that people have been complaining about the play of the defense. So let's see. Gauthier has the goal for the Rangers. And the goal for the Bruins comes from, was that Chris Wagner or Curtis Wagner? I keep forgetting. Let's see how Rask has saved 15 shots. And who's playing on the other end for them? Oh, shoot. I accidentally refreshed it. But anyway, Colin Blackwell. What? I mean, I could be a typical West Coast person and say salmon. I mean, I love salmon. But I mean, like, come on. Who doesn't love some deep fried or battered and deep fried cod? But I don't know about, like, actual specific fish. I mean, I eat fish for sure, but there isn't, like, one that really jumps out at me other than salmon, because I think salmon tastes a lot different than most other fish out there. Whoop. Royce, thank you for joining the stream. Colin Blackwell. Interesting. I don't think I've ever, like, paid attention to him, honestly. I didn't even know he was on Nashville. Or now he's on the Rangers. Okay. You got to start Dubnik tomorrow? You like the turkey legs you can get at the fair? You nailed it, dude. Those are super good. Absolutely. Roasted, deep fried, whatever. I could eat like 6 of them just because they're that good. They're very filling though. Start Doobie tomorrow? Absolutely. Catfish. Good point, Ryan. Catfish is excellent. Simon is not cheering for Toronto. But yeah, Dubnyk has been really good, honestly. It was funny because people were kind of critical of the Sharks getting him in the offseason. I said, what are you talking about? Take last year out of the equation. His previous 4 years were really good. I would think that maybe 3 or 4 other goaltenders had the numbers that Doobie had over the past like 4 years. Before last season, of course. So yeah, that last game, he stood on his head entirely, and I'm just upset that he hasn't been rewarded with any sort of win or anything like that. But if he does well tomorrow against LA, then my jaw will reach the floor if Bugner doesn't start him against Vegas. I think either way, Doobie, even if he sucks this next game, I would easily start him against Vegas. What do I think of Zdeno Chara on the Caps? I do not like seeing that, frankly. I've never been a Chara fan, but I have not been a Chara fan in quite some time. And there are plenty of, like, some of my favorite players who aren't on my favorite team are on Washington, so I don't really like seeing that combination there. But nonetheless, that doesn't mean that he can't bring some great intangibles to that team. Fry fish and bacon fat? That sounds good, bud. Yeah, some people think I need to add the pounds anyway, so I'd go for it. The Jones save in the shootout. Guys, I do think that Jones got lucky, though, because the shooter, I forgot who it was, Velarde, I think you were saying, he had a little bit of a gap between Jones's pad and the goalpost, and he couldn't tuck it in there. But nonetheless, I think Jones played well. I don't think he played spectacular. I didn't like the third goal. He's terrible at hugging his post, honestly. Dubnyk is much better in that respect. But, again, Jones made up for it by playing well, shorthanded. Well, then again, he let in a goal, but I mean, I don't put that on him. But yeah, played really well in the extra frame, of course, and in the shootout. Jake Allen is doing so well for the Habs. He has a .940 save percentage last time you checked. That's pretty saucy, man. I don't care if you played, 3 or 4 games. That's wicked good. That's what they wanted, man. I don't know if I can chime in about that, Riley. I never watched Star Trek, actually. Yeah, the patch already hit. That was disgusting. Yeah, I can't really comment on that, Harv, because I don't follow the NBA, so I don't really know too much about that. Towns, though, I certainly liked what I saw from him. I got to see him in person a few years ago, so that's good. What's good, Simon? How you doing on the other side of the world? That was a dirty hit many years ago, of course. Chara on Pacioretty, of course. Hi. I don't know. Like, I would think that Chara is going to go to the Hall of Fame. Does anybody think there's a case that he wouldn't? The best regular season Sharks game that I've been to? Pardon me, I don't know why I can't talk right now. Great question. I don't really know if there is one. Actually, you know what? I have a fun one. Actually, 2 years ago, toward the end of the season, I had a date with this girl. We had gone out before, and super cool chick. And I said, okay, why don't we, we'll go do this activity, and then we'll go hang out downtown, go somewhere, get something to drink, maybe get some food or whatever. And so we were at like an escape room, and so we were about to go downtown. And what I did was I said, oh wait, I got to get something out of my car before we before we go downtown. I'm like, could you come over here with me? So I opened up the trunk and I had my Sharks jerseys folded right there, and I even made a sign that she could bring if she wanted. And I was like, you want to go to a Sharks game? And she was just incredibly stoked for that. And it was against the Golden Knights. And when we went, there was actually like almost a line brawl out there, and the Sharks won the game in overtime. So that was a fantastic game. It was a super fun date for that reason, for sure. So that's one of my favorite recently. I think I saw Vlasic in his thousandth game. I saw when Marlowe was with Toronto and came back to the tank. So that was pretty unbelievable there. Let's see. I saw Danny Heatley score a couple of hat tricks, so that was pretty exciting as well, especially because I was sitting with a family friend and we were just a few rows up from the ice, so that was super cool too. So yeah, I've been to a handful of just like really great games for sure. Yeah. What? A bean and chickpea dip is called bummus. You might want to trademark that. The Bruins mascot looks more like a sewer rat. That's pretty funny because I kind of see what you mean, man. When Jumbo scored a Hattie? Oh, that's amazing, man. Wait, so that was the one against the Bruins, right? Because he almost had that fourth goal. It was a pretty damn good save to prevent Jumbo from getting the rooster trick. You went to game 1 against the Kings in 2014. That's pretty freaking cool. Because you got to actually see something that was not part of the reverse sweep. So yep, first intermission. But we lost in overtime. Yeah. That was a bit of a downside there. But yeah, Jumbo, it wasn't a natural hat trick, right? But he scored those goals pretty close to each other, right? I don't know. I can't quite remember, but that still must be pretty fun looking back on it for sure. Oh. Hey, what's up? So yep, just one game tonight. Actually, you know what? We can see what's going on with the AHL. I could always weigh in on that, even though I know next to nothing. But I still put out a season preview. Chris Wagner scored an illegal high stick, and the refs called it a goal. You're right. You are so right. Now I remember that. That was some BS right there. Absolute BS. It's okay though. We had the refs on our side at one point. The Wild beat the Avalanche in Game 7 in 2014. Wow, I didn't know they went that long without a playoff win, or a playoff series win. Then again, I mean, you'll have to let me know, Harvey. Is 2014 the last time the Wild won a playoff series? I think, a couple years afterwards, they were like the 1 seed in that division, right? AHL announces suspension. What? Wait. Whoa. Did this really happen? The American Hockey League today announced that the Chicago Wolves... Oh, okay. Just a player got suspended. That's a very poorly written headline, especially coming from somebody who used to write headlines. So, let's take a look, though. The Rochester Americans lead the Syracuse Crunch by the score of 3-1. So that's the Sabres beating the Lightning affiliate right there. And the Lehigh Valley Phantoms are leading the Binghamton Devils by the score of 1-0. So that's your AHL roundup so far. And I could even look at ECHL scores. Maybe we'll save that one for second intermission. How about that? All right, let me take a look at this one. Best Sharks game you've been to. A tie between Game 7 and 2008. Ooh, that was such a good series. And 2008 Game 7. Wait. Oh, Game 7 against Vegas and the 2008 Game 7? Is that what I'm understanding? But yeah, Jeremy Roenick had a goal in that. I think he had a goal and a helper in that series against Calgary in Game 7 there. So that was a fun one, man. You know what, Ryan? I think I've mentioned this before. I don't know if you were part of this stream, but it was that same series in Game 4. The Sharks were trailing, and it was looking like they were going to go down 3-1 in that series. They were able to tie it at some point. It might have been that crazy Chichu goal, but correct me if I'm wrong. And then at the very end of the game, it was 2-2, and with like 7 seconds left, Douglas Murray shot this puck from the point, and he scored, or at least that's how Randy called it. And it's a fantastic call. And then it turns out it was actually a double deflection. I think both Marleau and Thornton tipped it at some point. And the goal actually ended up being Thornton's. And it was so funny because I ran into Douglas Murray, I think last year in the concourse. And I went up to him. I don't go up to players. I don't really have much of an opportunity to do this. But how could you not want to go up to Douglas Murray? The guy's larger than life in a sense. And I go up to him and I'm like, Douglas, I was such a fan just watching you throughout your career in Teal. And I said, I will never forget when you shot that puck in against Calgary in Game 4 because I thought you were the one who scored. And he was like, yeah, I thought I was the one who scored too. So I think he was playfully pissed off that it wasn't his goal. But really nice to meet him. He just shook my hand naturally. I didn't even have to say, can I shake your hand? So seems like a fun guy to be around. Anyway. That's what's up. The CUDA sucks so far. Have I ever been on a Zamboni? Nope, never have. Barracuda have a WWE theme as their goal horn. Interesting. Okay, I've been to a couple of CUDA games, so I think I know what you're talking about. Andrew, oh my goodness. You live in Seattle. Oh my God, you're just like 4 hours away. Hello, welcome. Sorry that the Leafs aren't doing too well, man. How big of a Sharks fan am I? I can't show you right now because I'm wearing some like thermal layers underneath, but I do have a Sharks logo right here on my arm. So that's a pretty good qualifier, I would think. I was a half-season ticket holder for 2 seasons. I've been going to games for the last 28 years or so. Yeah, 27, 28 years. That's when I started going to games. I've had one of my walls painted at an apartment I lived in. I had it painted teal. So, yeah, I'm a pretty big fan. Anyone remember Jordan Tutu? Yeah. You know, a lot of people around the league have respect for Tutu, and I do in a sense. You know, certainly an Inuit player. That's pretty awesome to see out there. But yeah, I think he did a lot of dirty crap out there. He's not the only one, but when Staubitz and him went toe to toe, that was awesome. But yeah, the guy was a tough son of a gun for sure. Tutu was born 200 kilometers north of you, Churchill, Manitoba. My goodness. Man. Just so sparsely populated probably as you get north of you, right? Zambonis are a blast, eh? You've erased the Leafs from your mental real estate. 2019, yeah. I guess 2019 kind of alleviates the pain that you've experienced as a Leafs fan, and also alleviates all those years with Vince Carter and even T-Mac for a degree as well. Don't worry, man. Despite wearing the Habs stuff, I am cheering the Leafs on in a sense. Price nearly gave that one up 5-hole. We're underway with the second period. 4 hours by car, man. I live in North Idaho now, so I'm basically just east of Spokane. I just moved here a few months ago. The Wild have won 4 playoff series. Okay. The last one was against the Blues in 2015. Yeah, man. You guys need that franchise player. You guys and my Sharks, no number 1 draft pick ever, unfortunately. Remember the sucker punch? Bertuzzi. Oh, yeah, I remember that one. I think I even talked about that on my last stream. That's one of the most just dirtiest things I've ever seen in professional sports. 2010 Sharks or 2019 Sharks? I think that the 2010 Sharks were better, but before we had that series against Chicago, I said, I don't see this happening. No way. Oh, right on, man. Yeah, I'm renting out a house for less than the price of a studio apartment in the Bay, man. I just need to change the scenery. I like how it's a little bit more smaller town here, even though the area is growing. People are just really friendly, and I could continue working from home. And here I am, like, just hanging out in a house with my dog. She's got a backyard now, so that's all good. But yeah, how are you liking Seattle, by the way? I love visiting there, obviously. we know a thing or two about that. So I saw the Game 7 power play in person. I did, Sid. Yep. I guess you've probably seen my vlog there. I saw that. That's one of the biggest games, one of the biggest sporting events I've ever seen for sure. Yeah. I remember the Todd Bertuzzi incident, certainly. I wasn't watching that live. But yeah, I mean, did he actually get a trial for that? I can't remember. But yeah, easily one of the most horrific things I've ever seen. For sure. You know, that's career ending. That's, you know, traumatizing, obviously. Just about 2 minutes gone here. I think the Leafs had a power play earlier, but Montreal was able to contain them. The shots have evened up quite a bit, guys, because Montreal had that 7-1 lead in shots for a while. But now it's 10-8 with the Habs still leading the way there. Yeah, man, I'm just one of those Californians. I said, you know what? I want a little bit more space and just new change of scenery. And, you know, I figured it was a good time in my life because I'm not really tied down, you know. So I figured I'd do that now. I came here. It's funny, Andrew, because I came to Coeur d'Alene here just one time when I was 8 years old, but I had this like photographic memory of it. And so I said, let's go for it. Let's change it up. You know, I'm close enough to an airport, but, you know, it's not too crowded or anything like that here. So that's what's up. All right. Well, thanks, Alex. I appreciate you coming on in here and, of course, talking some Sharks. And we'll have more conversations soon, dude. Our best team was 2010-2011. That was a very strong team. Absolutely. I don't know if I would say it was the best, but it's kind of hard to like really argue that one Sharks team was definitively the best. Even that Stanley Cup team, I think it was more about catching fire. What will happen to Tony DeAngelo? I don't know, man. I haven't really followed that saga that closely, honestly. But just from the sound of it, I can understand why he's not going to be on an NHL club for a while. I could see him maybe he would try to play in Europe if he gets a chance maybe a year from now. I could maybe see that happening. Pardon me. North Dakota is number 1 and Minnesota is number 2. Right on. I don't follow college hockey, unfortunately. Although I've been to a Golden Gophers game. '26 was momentum with talent. Yeah, that's perfectly summed up. You know, Joe Pavelski, of course, leading the charge there as captain first year. You had Burns emerge. You know, that's where he finally kind of found his mojo as, you know, a top defenseman offensively, right? Jones was outstanding. And nobody saw that coming either. We were like, who's this Martin Jones guy? Comes in and finishes, I think like 6th or 7th for the Vezina. And DeBoer, right? He has an amazing track record in his first season with... did that with the Sharks. Did that with Vegas and did that with the Devils in his stint there too. You guys, 2010, 2011. Well, for sure. Oh, you have a Gophers jersey, right on, man. I have a puck that I got from there. One day I want to get a jersey though, especially to honor a team that was coached by Herb Brooks. Yeah, that 2010, 2011 team. When you think of it that way, although Heatley didn't have that good of a year, his year before that was actually pretty darn good. Best cookie. Ooh, oh my goodness, we got to have a whole stream based on that one. As a baker myself and a cookie enthusiast, whew, it's tough, man. I always love peanut butter chocolate chip, or like what you do is you make a peanut butter sugar cookie and you put a Hershey's Kiss in the middle of it, and then you kind of like melt that a little bit, and it's super good. So I got to put that up there. Snickerdoodles, I love Snickerdoodles. Oatmeal chocolate chip. Oatmeal raisin certainly is not anywhere near the top, but I think that it gets kind of some flack out there. Anything with oatmeal is always good, in my opinion. White chocolate macadamia, absolutely. Maybe put some slivered almonds in there. Yeah, I kind of like cookies. Anything in the slow cooker tonight? I got lots of goulash remaining, so I'm just going to heat that up. By the way, guys, we're still looking at 1-0. Excuse me, I'll tilt this back up. Dinas Zubris. He didn't like DeBoer. Oh, interesting. Dinas Zubris, one of the few Latvian, or was he Latvian or Lithuanian? I forget. Herb Brooks, man, one of the greatest hockey coaches of all time. Absolutely. One of the absolute greatest. Snickerdoodles are underrated. I think that people kind of forget about them at first, but then people are like, oh yeah, those are good. So I guess so. The best Wild team was 02-03. Yeah, you're right, man. You know, Harvey, as somebody who lived his past life in Minnesota, as I tell others, I was really, it was interesting because I didn't watch much hockey back then, honestly. I would only go to Sharks games, but I wouldn't really watch them on TV that much. But I was really keen on rooting for the Wild in the playoffs that year. And that ride, man, that was a hell of a run they went on. But yeah, they ran into an unbelievably stout defense in the Anaheim Ducks. Well, it's good to know that you're healthy, man, and that you obviously had have a good career going for you. Seattle's obviously a great place for that. It's a fun place to visit, that's for sure. Dinas Zubris is Lithuanian. Okay. You know who's one Baltic player that I loved to watch is Ratis Ivanins. That is one of the toughest players I've ever seen. If you want to talk about the toughest European-born players, I think Ratis Ivanins is, if you talk about like the top 5 all time, Ivanins is easily in that conversation. You went to the Cup final, and you sat behind Zubris' parents, or you stuck it behind them in line. Interesting. Actually, the last time I was in line with somebody was Daniel Winnick's father-in-law. I think that was 2 seasons ago, just randomly. Do I like cupcakes? I mean, I do. I like pretty much everything that's sweet, but cupcakes are, they definitely are lower tier. Like cookies over cupcakes. It's like cookies, I'm going to say muffins, actually. I'm a bit of a muffin man in that sense. Brownies are pretty darn good too. I'm still partial to cookies because I like the texture variations. Toughest name to pronounce too. Yeah, absolutely, man. Those Baltic names can be pretty tough, for sure. Cupcakes are overrated, yeah. But I mean, favorite flavor, I don't know, man. Anything that's kind of like Mexican hot chocolate, Mexican like dulce de leche, anything cinnamon. I'm a fiend for anything with cinnamon. And Josiah's doing it right. Yeah, you take the bottom part off and you put it on the top. Perfect. Muffins are better than cupcakes? All right. That makes 2 of us, dude. Costco muffins. Hey, now. You don't know what you're missing. Pie, yes, pie. See, yeah, pie, if we're talking about sweets, pie are Pies are up there for me. I'm excited once we get back into Huckleberry season out here because I got to try some Huckleberry pie. Donuts are underrated. That's interesting. I almost wanted to say that donuts might be overrated. Not to say that they're not really good because they are. A cinnamon twist, man. That's where it's at. Jaromir Jagr is in his 30th professional season in the KHL. I didn't even know that he was in the KHL. But he's still under contract with the Flames. I had no idea. Some good facts that you're dropping tonight there, Harvey. You make good black and white brownies. You mean like blondies? At least we have blondies out here, which are super good. Costco double chocolate brownies. That's what I'm talking about right there. Those are the blue, and the blueberry ones are wicked good too. But Huckleberry McTwist muffins, I'm gonna have to make my own twisted muffins essentially, or maybe make some brownies and sneak in some like a coffee liqueur, or maybe something with some bourbon. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Top 10 desserts. Yeah, well, here's my thing. Like, a pie is a sweet, but it is also a dessert. Whereas to me, like, a cookie is a sweet, but it is not a dessert. So I'm talking like restaurant desserts, right? You've got like bread pudding, you've got tiramisu, you've got creme brulee, you've got pie, I think kind of does constitute as a dessert. Donuts don't get enough love for not just being a breakfast food, but a dessert. Okay, fair point. And donuts, you can make those a variety of ways too. You can have like donut holes. You can, donut holes are super good too. Ice cream cake is your favorite? I haven't had one of those in so long, man. I think that's like synonymous with Baskin Robbins for me. Oh, the good old days of going to Baskin Robbins. And Josiah, your train of thought is quite logical for sure. That you guys are funny. Pardon. Holy wow. Oh, hey now. Still 1-0. I know. I haven't even been talking about the damn game. But with smaller crowds, we can have fun with this kind of stuff. And I appreciate you guys always kind of adapting to kind of the flow of conversations here. Oh yeah, pie is also, you can diverge. That's a very good point as well.
Meow. No, kitty, this is my pet.
Anyway, about 9 minutes gone by in the second period, with the score still remaining 1-0, and 12-9 are the shots in favor of Montreal. Lidstrom or Pronger? Well, come on, man. As a Sharks fan, that's not really a fair question to ask because we're gonna at least give it up to Nicky Lidstrom for not being a dirty son of a gun out there. Pronger was just intimidating. He could carry the team himself, I think, a little bit more than Lidstrom could, but that's just my observations. I didn't get to really watch these guys in the primes of their career as much, but I would still tip the cap to Lidstrom just overall. But yeah, both of them are rightful. I mean, Pronger is rightfully so a Hall of Famer, and you talk about maybe the 10 or 15 in that conversation for like top 5, I guess. You liked my Cartman imitation? I've got a few of them, but I can't. The thing is, I can only do his season 1 through 3. That's the Cartman that I can imitate much better. No one ever starts up a conversation about food on this chat. Yeah, we've been talking about breakfast cereals and sodas or pop or whatever you want to call it. Fish. We talked about fish earlier, so there you go. There's a DQ TikTok that shows how they make some of their ice cream. Okay, that's pretty fun. That makes me think of that great show called Unwrapped with the legendary Mark Summers. Come on down. All right, guys, I need to know in the chat, best game shows, especially as it pertains to the 19. It's Double Dare on the very top. super sloppy double dare, especially. 2008 Red Wings or 2009 Penguins? Great point. I might say Penguins just because Fleury to me was a little bit more impressive in net than who was in 08 for them? Was Osgood still the goaltender? Shoot. Was Hasek still on that team? I can't even remember. There. Double dare, yeah. I saw that 4-goal power play in person. Yes, Sid, check out my vlog, dude. Check out my most viewed videos, and that is number 1, bud. Jeopardy, the best game show. Hey, you know what? Respect, and a tip of the cap, and a much love for Alex Trebek, absolutely. Of course. There we go. Come on down. Hasek was the backup in 08. Wow. It was amazing because he was drafted all the way back in 1985, I want to say. Double dare for the win. I like it, man. Double dare, absolutely up there. Wild and Crazy Kids. That's one that people don't necessarily remember. For those of you who are around my age, when I'm still in my early 30s, I guess, but for those of us who grew up in the early to mid 90s, Wild and Crazy Kids was a fun show. There was also this one, I forgot what network it was on, but Guts. Don't forget about Guts. Guts was unfreaking real. But anyway, I'm only going to go as far as you guys want to go when talking about game shows. You were down near the ice? You mean during Game 7? The wristbands, heck yeah. You don't know game shows? Okay, well you don't know Jack. That was actually a joke, but yeah. Pardon, a little congestion there. So yeah, still 1-0. Not as much to update you guys on, but hope you're having a good time. Make sure that if you haven't already and you're having a good time, hit the thumbs up. Of course, if you're new to the channel, I certainly encourage you to subscribe and stick around because we do this once or twice every week at this point. And of course, I put out all sorts of content on hockey history, hockey culture, and my San Jose Sharks. A 2-on-1 Nylander! No, he had a wide open net. I don't know if Price got a piece of that though, but that could have done it right there. Now the Leafs are threatening. Leafs are cycling, humming and buzzing out there. Matthews is out there. San Ramon, Sharks territory born, Austin Matthews. Hi, Cortana. What's going on? Do you need to go outside, or do you have a toy? You gonna bring me your toy? Cortana, I think you're deprived of gold treats, kiddo. I'm gonna get Cortana a gold treat. Whoop! Let's get you one of these guys. Here comes a gold treat. Even though it's not a goal yet. Man, Nylander had the chance to put him up 1-1, but these goals are hard to come by. Let's see that shot again. I don't even think he hit the post on that. He had a pretty open net. Second best chance or second best chance that the Leafs have gotten so far. Here, I'll give you another treat, huh, girl? Whoop. There we go. Okay. Oh, there was a spammer in the chat. I'm sorry about that, guys. For some reason, I didn't pick that up on my chat here. But yeah, I do appreciate that because we don't want people ruining the experience for everybody. That's not cool. Whoop. Will Tampa be the next team to win 2 cups in a row? Great question. I think that if you look at Tampa, I'm trying to say, are they in? Nah, I don't know exactly what I was trying to communicate there. But Tampa right now, again, the reason why I like their chances is because they don't need Kucherov or Stamkos to be world beaters out there. They could, or even Point for that matter. They have adjusted their game to which they can focus on team defense. They can focus on physicality. And that right there, you look at those moves they made during last season. I know Shattenkirk's gone, and he had nice playoffs for them, except for when he got deked out of his skates. But, they have the kind of team that I think can win another Stanley Cup. It's not entirely about skill or speed. And even though the regular season favors that more so, at the end of the day, it's about, being able to wear your opponents out. So, I think they have a pretty darn good chance. I think what stands in... I argued this in my season predictions, though. The team that stands in their way, I want to say, is the Carolina Hurricanes. Or maybe the Panthers, guys. The Panthers are actually playing pretty well. The Predators need to trade Saros. Yeah, it hasn't quite panned out, like he was letting on a couple years back. Florida, man, will win championships. Yeah, well, I guess there won't really be much of a parade. Well, there probably will be some sort of parade because Florida's pretty opened up. Well, I do a series recap tomorrow. I will, but I'll drop that on Friday. So I'll record it during the night and then drop it on Friday. Good question. Hi, what's up, girl? Hi, Cortana's. Panthers are the only team that hasn't lost in regulation. Oh, I thought they might have had one, but I guess not. Now, granted, recently they've been playing the Red Wings, and not every team is super competitive or super crazy good there. But it's good to see. Look at Bobrovsky last night. Bobrovsky, he had a good game. Oops, that's the other side. Oh, hey, good buddies. How are you now? Thanks for joining. Especially on a night where hockey's not very eventful. Got ourselves a 1-0 game here, and just the the Rangers and the Bruins clashing. The Hurricanes are the only team in North Carolina to win a championship. You're right. Very true. And actually, that would be also South Carolina as well. As a matter of fact, if you look at North Carolina, South Carolina, and even Georgia, the Hurricanes are the only team to win a championship in that region in quite some time. Could I see Price being traded to Colorado? Well, not right now with the Habs clicking the way they are, but maybe in 2 or 3 years, I think you could actually make the case. Although Colorado, it'll be interesting to see how they manage their cap because, they'll have to sign McCarr, they'll have to sign Byram, they'll have to sign Girard, they'll have to sign somebody else I'm probably not thinking about. But yeah, I think at that point they'll probably be looking to upgrade their goaltending. So I don't think it's a complete. I think there's a fairly good chance out there. We're gonna have 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, by the way, guys. And Ryan, thank you for hanging out with us, man. I appreciate it, and that's what I appreciate about you. And yes, I'm not so bad. Antonio Brown is also on that team. Yeah, really. Let's put things into perspective, right? And it's interesting because, I was on that wagon of rooting against Brady. It was funny because when he came up with the Patriots, I got on the wagon that first year. So I was rooting for Brady for a number of years there. And then once they got to that perfect season, I said, enough of this. I said, I'm sick of seeing the same team in the Super Bowl. But then when he came to Tampa and when they went to the Super Bowl, I said, you know what? I kind of want to see Brady just win. This is amazing. 7 championships. And I said this about hockey players. We're never going to see anything like that again. Which other teams that haven't worn their reverse retro jersey yet on the ice am I looking forward to? Well, wait, did Washington do it last night? Or I think they're the next one who's going to debut it. So I would put that up there. And you know what, Danelle, I have not been really following that much hockey outside of my live streams and watching my Sharks. So I've lost track of who's been wearing their retros. Like, has Calgary worn theirs? I don't even know. Has Colorado worn theirs yet? I don't even know. So I'm unfortunately unable to really answer that question. But I know Vegas dropped theirs yesterday, and I was happy to see that. Pardon me. Brady won 7 championships with 4 different presidents. That's unbelievable, isn't it? And Toronto has tied this game up and first on the season. This one coming in 4-on-4 play. So that is 1-1, and Toronto has gotten themselves back in the game. Nylander almost had a goal there that kind of bounced off of Price when it looked like it could have gone between his arm or over his shoulder there off the bounce. And then a nice little snipe there, top shelf again over Price's shoulder. Yeah, that's where Mama hides the cookies, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the Flames wore theirs already. Okay, dang, I wish I could have watched that game. Holy wow, that is one hell of a jersey. McDavid is doing so well. You don't think he'll win 7 championships? Yeah, McDavid has to get to a conference finals until I'm actually convinced that yeah. You're happy that Brady proved people wrong and you're a Falcons fan. That also puts things into perspective. Yeah, you got to cherish these things. You got to appreciate them. Even as a Sharks fan, I've said this before, as steamed up as I am about the Knights having immediate success in the NHL, when I tell, the generations ahead of us, right, I'll be able to say, you know what, when I was your age, Sonny, right, it's like I saw an expansion team make the finals in their first year. That's unbelievable. So I do appreciate it as well. Whose dark uni do I like better, the Canes Storm Flag or the Dallas Alternate? Okay, that's a good question. I'm going to go with Dallas. First of all, a totally unique color. Love the lime green. And also, I like Dallas's, even though the logo isn't very creative, I like it a little bit more than Carolina's. Carolina's is a tall, skinny logo, which to me looks kind of awkward on a hockey jersey. But the rest of the jersey itself is really nicely executed. So I think they're pretty neck and neck, but I'm going to go with the Dallas one just by a little bit. So yeah, good question though. The Stars blackout jersey looks good on the ice. Yeah, I mean, it's something totally different. Why not, man? I need to see a team out there. I need to see more purple. I want to see a team like bust out some magenta or something like that someday. McDavid, who's Perfetti? I don't even know who that is. Must be a perfect compliment though. Anyway, I hate to say this, guys, but I might actually have to back out after the second intermission or something. I'm kind of gassed, honestly. I went to take a power nap today, and I fell asleep, and like 5 minutes afterwards, I literally had a dream about work, about something like relevant that I was working on. And then I said, shh, I better get up for work. So I'm kind of on short rest here. And carbonation. Nope. No? Well, Cortana, you got to bring it here. The Florida Panthers are going to bust out pink? Yeah, man, if they went with a Miami Vice jersey, that would be unbelievable. I would love that. About 4 minutes left in this period. Montreal's been actually coming on strong recently, though. They lead in shots 18-12. Oh, yeah, I'm not going just yet. I'll hang around for a little bit. So, I mean, of course, if you got to go, that's one other thing, too. How are we on time, by the way? 6:08? Okay. I'll be heating up some goulash once I'm either off the stream or once this game is over. I mean, I'm not going to stop watching this game, though. 1-1. Classic matchup. Why not? Ever troll my friends by saying, okay, Google? I mean, there have been times on the live stream where I've said something that doesn't even have anything to do with Google, and my phone will still like bark something back to me. But no, I haven't trolled my friends. I'm not much of a troll, I don't think. This might be more of a video thing than a live stream question. Okay. What teams do I speculate will make their reverse retro an alternate for future seasons? Well, I mean, just off the top of my head, Washington would be foolish if they didn't. I think a lot of teams are going to explore it. I think LA would do it. They've had the silver and black alternate or the white. Well, they've had a couple of alternates, but I'm sure that's been a really good seller for them. So I think LA would do it. I would think that the Rangers would easily do that too. I would hope the Devils would, but also I would hope the Devils would just actually design a whole new jersey, essentially. Flotas, of course, thank you. My goal is if I don't have the best hockey channel, I got to have the best hockey flow. The Wild, I would hope would also, CJ, I hope the Wild will make theirs an alternate as well, because they don't have an alternate right now. You got to think of it in that context as well. Teams like the Rangers didn't have an alternate until this year. With the retro, they've got what they want. Please just do something on the bottom of the jersey. It's so blank right there. It would be almost perfect otherwise. But anyway. The Wild should do a purple jersey for the Minnesotan legend, Prince. I don't know if you've seen it on my Instagram, but I once dressed up as Prince for Halloween. You bought the Line A Aviator? Hey man, for that price, you can't go wrong. I'm not a huge fan of that jersey as a blank, but you put numbers on it and it actually fills out okay. I love the color. And I mean, I like the script logo. I just wish they would have had, the same striping that they used in their heritage jerseys. I like those stripes a lot. I absolutely want to go to Japan one day too, man. If I had to choose anywhere in Asia to go to, I'd go to Japan. Although I want to go to Thailand as well, especially for food. Actually, Vietnam, because I love Vietnamese food too, but Thailand I think would be a freaking great trip as well. What was I going to say? I forget. Oh, guys, I found a great idea for an upcoming stream series. I need to get a new laptop to do this, though, because I need more processing power. Streamlabs absolutely just kills the crap out of my computer. So, I got one here, guys. What I'm thinking about doing is a live stream in which people can watch me design jersey concepts. That will be a new series, and if I can get that going in the next month, that would be huge. So that's a goal of mine. Wow, Montreal has upped the shot game 21-12. Pretty nuts. Yeah, I think a jersey concept series is going to be good. I'm also going to run at least one live stream for anybody who's curious in running a sports YouTube channel. I've gotten a lot of questions about, or asking for advice or tips on that sort of thing. So that's another series I'm going to be doing, or not necessarily a series, but I'll be doing at least a live stream around that. And of course, guys, I do want to do Guess the Jersey again. But yeah, I'd probably say that those are 3 streams that I have to really prepare a lot for, but I really think they're going to be worth it. Streamlabs is faster and cleaner on mobile phones? You don't say. I mean, I imagine the picture quality would still be pretty good too. I might have to look into that, Harvey. Thank you so much. Actually, you know what? I'm going to download it and take a look at the app. As somebody who is not technologically inclined, I could learn a thing or two from you youngins. Let's see. Stream Labs. All right. Check that out. Guess the jersey's great. Excellent. All right. Well, I would like to keep this going, guys, but my energy has kind of dropped a little bit here. So rather than, push it too much, I think I'm just going to watch the rest of this game solo. But, of course, I'm going to look to go live again. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this on Saturday. Maybe, I don't know, guys, Friday or Saturday. Sunday. I'm not sure what I'm doing Sunday. Anyway, guys, I am thinking I will do another live stream at some point this week later on. Who knows? Maybe even Monday because it's President's Day. So, and you're welcome, guys. I'm happy to come on here. A last question that I'll answer here. Have I been to Canada? Not enough. I went most recently in 2015. I went to Victoria. Loved Victoria. It was great. Everyone was so friendly. Fun history. A lot of ghost stories there. So I had a really fun time there. The year before that, I went to Whistler. It was during summer, so I didn't ski, obviously, but I did some hiking there, and I thought it was very beautiful there, too. Technically, as like a really young child, I went to Toronto and Vancouver, but those really don't count at this point. So once the border opens back up, first thing I'll do is make a road trip out to Calgary, hopefully go see Banff, and visit a couple of YouTubers out there, and do some exploring around British Columbia. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Dan. Dude, stay warm. I'm sure you guys are getting hit by the system, but this is easily the coldest it's been in Idaho since I've been out here. You went to Montreal and almost fell out of a 20th story window. Oh my goodness. You stay classy. Yeah, dude, this is a great Habs jersey to be wearing. I couldn't be without one, man. But anyway, guys, I'm going to put a bow on this one. But again, like I said, I'm going to aim to go live later on in this week. And, of course, I'll have a video upload for the Sharks on Friday. And then on Sunday, we'll have a jersey upload. Actually, no, it's not a jersey unboxing. It's a challenge. My friend out here had this challenge where she tries to put on as many hockey jerseys in my collection as she can fit. And it's pretty damn funny. It's going to be kind of just a fun, silly video. So check it out. Oh, -2. Dang. It's like maybe 15 degrees here. But yeah, we might slip into the minus if you factor in wind chill. But anyway, guys, you have a great night. We'll catch up again real soon, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Thumbs up if you had a good time hanging out with us. And